Hey, good Friday morning. Friday morning, it's me. Yeah, seriously, I survived. I got my COVID-19 vaccine, my second shot yesterday, the Moderna. And I tell you what, if you live in Ritchie County, you need to be proud. You need to be proud of how they continue to not only vaccinate folks in Ritchie County, but throughout the Mid Ohio Valley. And, folks coming from Williamstown and Vienna and Parkersburg are just so amazed, not only at Ritchie County, but the way we are doing things out at the 4 H ground every Thursday with the COVID-19 vaccinations. So, to everyone that's out there doing their part every Thursday, thank you. Thank you from the parking lot to those putting the needles in the arms, to the businesses providing lunches. I mean, everyone is doing a spectacular job, and thank you for that. I got my vaccine yesterday, like I said, and the great thing about it, my daughter gave me mine. Yeah, my daughter's a PA, and she gave me my shot, my vaccine, and that was a special moment. And as I was sitting there, I was thanking God. I was thanking God for the miracle that in 1 year's time, 1 year time, that the medical and scientific community could work together worldwide and bring out all these vaccinations. And normally it would take 7 to 10 years of research and work to bring out one vaccine. But you look at the miracle of it. And I think sometimes we're so busy focused on other problems, or we're focused on other areas of COVID-19, that we don't look at the miracle through the scientific eyes, through the medical eyes. And I was sitting there yesterday getting my vaccine, and I was thanking God not only for the miracle of the vaccines, but for the people willing to come out every week to make sure that our community and our neighborhoods and our world is getting better one shot at a time. And some folks don't understand the power of the vaccines. When I grew up in Mineral County, West Virginia, over in Piedmont. I was poor. And I had chicken pox, I had measles, I had the mumps, I even had a childhood version of the shingles. And I remember whenever I was going to school well, actually, before I went to school, I had to go get all my vaccines, all my shots. And Mom was like, he had this, he had this, he had this, he had this. And I remember the mom and the nurse, and of course, as a kid, I didn't pay attention. But, Mom told me later that as I got older, that the nurse was surprised that I had all these childhood diseases. And I remember whenever the nurse tried to give me the polio vaccine, it was a liquid thing, and she used a dropper and she put it in my mouth, and I spit it out. It was awful. But the nurse was like, "No, you need to do this." She actually started to rear her hand back like she was going to slap me, and Mom told her, "No, don't touch him." And so they gave me that vaccine again. And sometimes we don't think of miracles through the eyes of science. We're expecting a supernatural thing, lightning and smoke and clouds, but God works through medicine as well. And we forget that. And there was a guy that invented the vaccine. He did it for the love of humanity. He didn't do it to get rich. And a lot of people don't know his name. I actually had to research it. But his name was Jonas Salk, S-A-L-K. In 1953, he invented the polio vaccine, and he shared it for free with all humanity. And he missed out on earning an estimated $7 billion. $7 billion. But instead, he saved millions of children from the deadly disease of polio. Now, to me, that was a miracle. And for somebody to use that knowledge for good, that is a godly thing in my eyes. But when this pandemic began, and even to this day, you see naysayers on social media. You see people saying, I'm not getting the vaccine, it's going to alter my genetics. Well, guess what? I didn't grow any other arms. I didn't have anything growing out of my neck or my head. Oh, no, just kidding. Nothing, seriously. And then I've heard other people, well, they're going to inject the mark of the beast, the mark of the beast. No, they're not. You don't even, you got to read Revelation in the way it was meant to be read. Yeah, no, you're not going to, that is wrong. But there's all these conspiracy theories. And let me tell you something. I'm going to share with you a scripture. I think this scripture is important. It's from Proverbs chapter 18, verse 2. And it says, a fool takes no pleasure in understanding. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding. In other words, a fool will not look at the science. A fool will not look at all of the scientific evidence of how this vaccination or how these vaccines can make the world a little bit healthier. A fool will not look at the mask mandates because, again, you go back to the very beginning of this, you were getting mixed messages about masks from Washington. And people say, well, see, it was not good. It wasn't right. And we shouldn't wear, but what we forget is that this is a pandemic, worldwide pandemic that impacts all of us. And in Washington, they were trying to figure it out. At the CDC, they were trying to figure it out just like we're trying to figure it out. But the light is at the end of the tunnel. In Proverbs 18:2 continues, a fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. And I'm going to take that his and I'm going to add her. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his or her opinion. And folks, do what you can to make your community a little bit better. Go get vaccinated. I'm okay. You will be too. This is Pastor Bill from St. Luke's United Methodist Church, Harrisville, West Virginia, Ritchie County, West Virginia, wherever you are. Hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. And I hope you're safe. Have a great day. God bless.